So we're gonna go with the 4B. On my page, you could see like the first, I don't know, hour of this sketch. And using the 4B, this is all an H pencil, which this is called a Gap pen pencil. And this, to be honest, that looks kind of dark for an H, but whatever. Now we're doing 4B because, you know, having all those same color tonal value of H, you know, is, uh, you know, it's all going to look the same distance away as far as depth goes because, uh, you know, the same tonal value is going to, you know, look the same distance. So this here obviously is technically farther away than this. So we have to, you know, work up an identity here where this is going to come forward for sure. You know, that's the blueberry. Obviously, the angle here that you are seeing is different from the one I'm seeing. That's something that I have to, you know, figure out, you know, how to do that down the road. We're going to, you know, the idea is have much better live streaming later. So anyway, number one issue here is this thing here does not really come forward. This is one of the most forward objects in the still life. So I'm just going to start with this shadow that's underneath here using the 4B. And so let's just see if we can just make that darker. It's all the same tonal value up until like over here there's like a highlight in the shadow like right there. So anyway, we're going to just try to get this curve, and then there is a curve here. I'm going to try to get this curve here. Having a hard line, an edge here is going to really help us with our depth. Having this super high contrast close to what should be appearing closest to the viewer is going to be, you know, the highest contrast going to look close. So here we get a very clean edge on this shadow, and you could already see that it does appear closer. This is a little bit of a poetic license because actually there is a shadow right here, but by just ignoring that and getting that highlight right there is uh, going to help us. I had a really nice interesting brush that would take the lead eraser dust off the paper effectively, but I cannot seem to find that right now. So I'm going to very gently trying to brush away with the paintbrush here. All right, the next thing here, now we've made this, and if you squint, that definitely is the one area which is the closest to the viewer just because of this contrast that's here. So now to make this thing look rounder, I'm going to add more dark using the 4B here. And then this is kind of an imaginary shadow because the shadow on the strawberry is not actually this defined, and but we need to somehow create you know, the illusion that this thing is popping up forward. So here, actually what I'm going to do now is take the I'm going to take a lighter pencil to, where is the lighter pencil? I need a pencil such as a 4H or a 6H, I guess. Here's a 6H, so I am going to soften this right here with 6H. I'm going to leave that little highlight, which is, you know, here on the bottom. I'm going to even remove some of this lead here. This electric eraser, my good electric eraser, is the AF matte electric eraser, but I left that one at work thinking I was going to do a something at work. So here I know it's going to sort of clean up this line a little bit. And finally, let's just go right here. Okay. And then get rid of the little dust things or the little things that come off. All right, now here back to the 6H. I want to just soften this little edge so it's more of a fade out edge. And so here we're just gonna sort of go right up against this edge here, but we're trying to leave this highlight that is along the bottom. I'm gonna try to remove this. Okay, so that's really popping, yes, but all right, next we're going to go up here. So here we're basically trying to build up a really beautiful thing here, which is going to say, hello, I'm really popping here. I'm not a flat thing here, this strawberry. So here we got the, this is going to be, I guess, another highlight. So back to the 4B. That's the H. Here's the 4B. So here I'm going to start up here, and well, the background is you know, not, you know, you really can't tell the difference, you know, as far as in black and white, you know, between the plate and the strawberry. But in this instance, we're going to say that the strawberry is lighter because we need to have the contrast to make the strawberry pop forward. So here I'm just going through the thing, and there's a little speck of stuff there. I'm gonna get rid of that, it's not going away. Take the kneaded eraser, make a super fine point. Let's see if we can just lift this one little thing off. I don't know if that's eraser gunk or okay, now it's gone. Take the H pencil and try to cover this little spot we made, because you know there was just a thing there. So here we go. All right, that's a start, I suppose. Now we'll go back to the 4B, and what we're looking for is a very consistent, oh shoot. So here what we got happening is if you erase too much on one spot, it rips up the top layer of the paper, and now it's we're not going to be able to get good coverage in that area, unfortunately. So as you see, it's already gotten dark, and that is just I've yet to really determine what is the good paper to use for a sophisticated sketch, but I can tell right now that this particular sketch paper is not it. So anyway, still would you ignore that, I guess, and just keep going here. Well, if nothing else, we have removed the, let's see if we can just smooth that. So now we got this dot here. We have this dark, which doesn't really belong there, but that is the paper behaving badly. Let me go back to this. Okay. Anyway, the strawberry is starting to pop forward. I'm gonna sort of go a little bit more on this shadow. Uh, there's really, this is an exaggeration of what's in there, but we really need to have contrast to make this strawberry look like it's coming forward. So this is developing contrast. That's sort of starting to look like it's coming forward. So I'm going to go here, make this dark. This is the shadow of that one leaf. Then there's another kind of profound shadow right here. And this is actually in the development of the sketch. I thought that this was the strawberry end, but it's not actually there. Trying to erase that. These things, I got 3 of these, $6.99. The downside is you got to put a battery. The AFMAT one is charges, so that's much more fun. So this little dot here is really bothering me. I'm just going to try to lift it off again. And now it seems somewhat lighter. And again, this is the paper has this, like the top layer of the paper has destroyed, got scraped off from erasing. All right, well, I'm gonna put a few more dots, I guess, there just to make that dot look less integral. All right. So now we're trying to make the, okay. I'm really not big on a blending stump, but I think I'm gonna, having said that, I think I'm gonna see about blending this area right here. We'll see what happens. The black dot is still there. The black dot is still there in a big way. Anyway, let's go for more definition in these little strawberry leaves. There is a shadow comes out here. If we get that in a riveting, let's see, the actual shadow. Oh, hello, Mike. Thank you for the hello. Hello, Mr. Red. Thank you for the hello. And Can Man, thank you for the hello. And Mr. Mike, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate. Okay, where are we at? Oh, okay. I was gonna say that you see here's sort of what I'm looking at with this strawberry. And you can see that the shadow is coming out here. Depending on where I'm looking, you know, a little up or a little down makes the shadow go up. And here in hindsight, I think it's better right there, because with the shadow going all the way around that little stem, that is going to give us the ability to make that stem really pop. And so I am going to switch this up. Here I had the shadow below the stem, but it was just because of my head position. So now I'm going to switch it up so it's more like this, and that way we can really get a lot of depth with that stem. So back to the camera thing holder here. Let's see.
It looks like you haven't set up any HomeKit accessories.
Oh my gosh, my phone was just talking to me about unrelated stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna get that new phone any minute now, and looking forward to that. But meanwhile, here's this. Okay, so hitting the 4B pencil, we are going to get this shadow that goes up here. We're going to go surround the stem. Then this is going to be here, and then this shadow is going to come across. And then here we have a little shadow of the leaf. And then this. So now, just like we did down there, we are going to, I'm going to take this too. All right, now I'm going to try to erase this thing, little rough area inside there. Good. The eraser is actually, a blunt tool, a clumsy tool, but once we have, erased that little blob, then where'd my 4B? Okay, there's the 4B. Now we can come back in and is that the 4B? Yes, okay. Okay, and then let's hit this. There's another shadow. There's a highlight in the shadow right there. We're going to try to do the darker part of the shadow. And, this is hopefully going to magically look like the plate. The plate is a, round plate, but we're looking at it at an angle. And so this, we really want to connect this and this. So let's see if we can do that. And this should be a little bit more round. Okay, that's good. And now we just want to cut into that, like right here. Okay, that's possibly a little more bold than we wanted. So here now we're trying to go here dark to say hello. This is the leaf, which is also popping out. So here I'm going to take the 6H. Well, that's the regular H. Where's my little friend, the 6H? Okay, I'm going to take the 6H and just soften this around here. And then this is a highlight. I guess we take the kneaded eraser and kind of like hit that. And this could just go here. Move this to be more of a smooth, okay. And now the highlight here is there we go. And then here we can. All right, next we're gonna see about the lower rim of the plate. And this is the 4B again. Is it? No, that's not. That's the H. Let's go 4B. Okay, that's cool. And we'll try to sort of clean up this. This is actually the bowl part of the plate, which we're really missing the boat on that right now, but hopefully. Anyway, well, not to change the subject, but at least this strawberry is trying to come out like, hello, I'm in front of everything else, right? Here, I'm going to try to shade this and have it fade as it goes. And another thing about, shades such as this is that it's good if you do not see individual pencil lines. So, for example, like right here, up here you see yeah, pencil lines, but down here you don't really see the pencil line. So, the shading at the bottom is more refined at this point than the shading at the top. So anyway, that's just something to think about. When you first start, you gotta just lay down stuff and attempt to have proportion. But as you go, then you really want to be more careful, I guess, with the shading, so you don't have it look like that, which is looks like a bunch of scribbled lines. Anyway, now I say it's possible that our strawberry is beginning to look like it's coming forward. Next, I'm gonna get that 6H back and try to get a little bit more personality happening in the leaves, because nothing worse than leaves that look like some kind of silly line drawing, right? Anyway, so let's just see if we can. Yeah. Shade there. I'm gonna try to just get this. That looks good. Let's try to get this. And then let's try to get the. Okay, so now between this and this, we want this to pop more. So this one, I'm just going to gently shade with the 6H just to make it a little bit more fade out. And as this one gets more fade out, then this one shall pop into the foreground better. So here is, that's the top of the shadow. And I'm just trying to soften everything about this area. And really, if you look at, just this area right there, that looks pretty darn good. So anyway, I wonder if the rest of this sketch could catch up with that. that level of quality. We'll see. Here I'm just sort of going over this area of the plate and hoping to get a smoother transition, and because again right here we have visible lines, and we don't want any visible lines. As it happens, there's like a highlight right here that is, we do not reflect that in our sketch at this point, but if we get a a really good smooth transition here, then we can carefully try to hint at that highlight. Okay, well, I'm going to go back to stop motion, and I super appreciate everybody who stopped by to see the real-time pencil sketch. And we did make a lot of progress. Wow, look at that blueberry. It's really like it's sitting there 3D. All right, thanks again. Bye.